blends me all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. I'm sick with the talk.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready. Black 22. 59. I got you. I got you. Whip. Watch the whip. Out. That's the way. Wait. That's the way. Let's go.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Adrian Claiborne, the one who makes the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, go.
Now Howard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. Here's Winston. That's into the hands of the tight end, Leggett. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Jameis to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Ready, blue 80. That's 25. Here we go. Got it. I got motion there. Me. I got this.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you give a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Winston. From right side, taken in by Godwin. A gain there of 21 yards.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing, Winston. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Matt Gay on for the extra point. Gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Falcons nothing. Bradley Pinion set for kickoff.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Watch the twist.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. Levante David in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
I got him. Hey, wait. Gotta do better. Wait. 25.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Ready, blue 80! Blue 80! It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Peyton Barber, a surprise workhorse for the Buccaneers in 2018. I don't think they expected him to have 234 carries, but he certainly felt like he could carry the load and just carried it there for a nice gain.
Hey, let's get there. Slay. Even. Get. Hey, turn it up. Check. 5-0.
On 2nd down now. It's Barber. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. To throw, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Watch the ship. Wait. Watch the ship. Spines. Let's convert. Jumping.
Barber on 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 44, Winston airing this one out for Evans. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Space. 45. Got it. Mike, 45. Hey, let's go.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Exit. Hey, we got tight leg. Hey, we got 3 down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play wildcat quarterback for you as well.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At their 48-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield. 45, 45. Mike, 45.
Now Ryan on 1st down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Devin White leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Space, space. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. You remember me? You remember that?
Ryan. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
We won it. 54, south. Hey, watch that. Check, gun. Get up.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. A 1-yard run on 1st down, another yard that gets him into the end zone on 2nd down. Maybe not much for the yards per carry average, but hey, 6 points.
Yeah, bottom line is it doesn't matter there. You've got to find a way to wedge it into the end zone. Yards per carry, that's out the window. How do you score? And on the 2nd down, they had something going. They got a yard before. They thought they could do it again, and they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target, and it'll bring up third down.
Let's go, D. Kill. Free, privacy.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sideline.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. Watch the curl.
Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Tighten down. There you go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Five.
Got it. Let's blow.
So that'll back him up 5.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. '51. 45. Mike. Hey, South. Hey, here we go. 45's the mic.
Again, Ryan. And this is incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. And now it's 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
On 2nd and 15 now. Ryan connects with Sanu right side. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Ryan now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Watch the screen. Check. Watch the screen. 45. Mike 45.
To throw again is Ryan. Looking for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good, way wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
To
throw again, Ryan. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Calvin Ridley. Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
45. Yeah. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike.
Throwing again, Ryan. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Tavecchio puts this one through. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
Let's go, baby.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Freeman again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Down, ready, 280. Double tight. No. 3 down. Hey, South. Hey, South. To the backfield. 45's the mic.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
No game on this defense, no game.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That one goes for 24 yards.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys. Hear about that and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Ryan now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
3 down. Get up. 45's the mic.
Here's Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver or tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw is Winston. And a catch right side by Evans. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Ready, blue ready. Check, 59. So don't say nothing.
They'll run on first down. Barber. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 7, Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. Winston looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And in the 3rd quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Under 10. Under 10. Hey, 59. Ready.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Check three, check three, check three. 39. Get out!
Play action. It's Ryan. Caught by Sanu. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just one fourth-quarter comeback for the QB.
Don't be scared of it.
On first down, Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
We got 4.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. From the shotgun, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 15-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. So a big play coming for the Falcons as they'll go for 2. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Winston now to throw on first down. Try to lay one up deep, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Taking it about the 16. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw is Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
White 25. White 45. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Base.
A first down carry for Smith. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
At the 40-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
4 down. Check.
From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
40. 25. I got one. Got it. 45.
On first down, it's Smith. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Get that ball. 6 gone. Check 6 gone. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. You ain't doing nothing today.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
45's the mic. 39. 45's the mic.
Hey, Alpha.
Come on, D.
Gun.
45, Mike, 45. Oh,
From the gun, Ryan. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Devin White able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Winston now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll run on first down. It's Smith. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Ready,
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Check 9, check 9.
They go back to the ground with Smith. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Check. 3. Hey, South. Shit. Watch the shit.
Now Ito Smith. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it here with Smith. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Winston to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Buccaneer first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. One last shot now for Winston. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for the Falcons, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.